Now let's talk about Carnot cycle. Now this is a very important topic in the second law of thermodynamics. Now to understand Carnot cycle, we should remember the processes that take place in this cycle. We know what a cycle is when the initial and the final states are identical. So there are four processes which take place in this cycle. The first process is 1 to 2. So we have drawn two plots, PV plot and temperature entropy plot. We'll discuss about entropy in the forthcoming videos. That's a part of the second law of thermodynamics. Okay, so the first process is 1 to 2. So if you look at this 1 to 2 and compare it with 2, 3, the slope of 2, 3 is higher as compared to 1, 2. So 2, 3 is an adiabatic process and 1, 2 is an isothermal. If you correlate this with the TS plot, 1, 2 is a horizontal line which shows it is at a constant temperature, and 2, 3 is a vertical line which means it is at a constant entropy. So this is an isentropic process. S2 is equal to S3. Okay. So 1, 2 is a reversible isothermal expansion because the volume is increasing. Okay. Now during this expansion the gas cools down. Now as the gas cools down, it becomes easier for it to absorb heat. So you have some heat absorption at temperature TH. Okay. Then we come to process 2, 3. Now all the processes in this cycle are reversible. This means they can be retraced exactly to their initial state. So this is reversible. This is reversible adiabatic. Now reversible adiabatic means it is an isentropic process, same entropy. Reversible adiabatic or isentropic, again it is expansion. You can see that. Okay. Now in this there is no heat interaction because it is an adiabatic process. Okay. Now we come to 3 to 4. 3 to 4 again becomes isothermal. And there are two temperature limits, TH and TL. Okay, so this becomes a reversible isothermal compression. Reversible isothermal compression. Okay. So because it is being compressed, so the gas inside becomes hot. So it will now reject heat. So this is the heat rejection at temperature TL. Okay. You will have some heat over here and some heat over here. Okay. Let's move ahead. Now 3 to 4 is isothermal compression, and then 4 to 1 it again becomes reversible adiabatic, or we also call it isentropic compression. Okay. Now let's look at the mathematical values for it. So 2, 3 Q is 0, 4, 1 Q is 0. Okay. Let's look at the values. So for 1, 2 it's an isothermal process. So Q will be equal to W. So QH is equal to W1, 2. That is equal to what? That is equal to P1 V1 into natural log of V2 by V1. So this is the value of the isothermal work, which is equal to the heat absorption at temperature TH. Okay. Now this is for 1, 2. Let's look at the same thing for 2, 3. Now for 2, 3, that is Q2, 3, it is 0. Let's find out the work value. So that is W2, 3. Now it is an adiabatic process. For adiabatic, you have P3 V3 minus P2 V2 by gamma minus 1, assuming we have air as our working fluid. So you can now see that these are similar, or you can say quite familiar kind of expressions that we are using over here. Now let's come to process 3-4. Process 3-4, QL will be equal to W34, isn't it? And that would be equal to P3 V3 natural log V4 by V3. So that is again isothermal work, wherein the isothermal work and the heat lost are same. Now we come to 4-1. So for 4-1, you have heat as 0, there is no heat interaction, and W41, which is again an adiabatic process, this becomes P1V1 minus P2V2, this is 4. Okay, so these are the mathematical relations for the work and the heat values. Now let's derive an expression for the efficiency of the Carnot cycle.